We got subs? Thank you, everybody. Just so you know, we're gonna bap them. We're gonna bap them very hard. I'm doing well. Hello, Pingu. We ran out of meow inventory. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to up the meow. I'm just gonna... Why do I even put a limit on it? Oh, redemptions per stream is at 100. Okay.
That's a raid.
Oh god. I love it. That scarcity on digital good. I know, I'm so sorry. Kyle, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Okay. I think I got like a solid 10 meows in. So I'm going to count from where I was, which is still quite a ways back. Holy meows. Man, review request queue. Okay. So I gotta do the first one for back free. Okay, so that was a meow, that was a meow, that was a meow. Back for Steve.
Oh, meow, 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 meow.
I'm not counting those as meows. Redeem them off in the UI. I'm trying. I've only meowed 15 times. I have not counted how many redeemed. Well, I'm working on it here. Meow! Meow! Nick, thank you. Meow! Oh, is that the first hype string? Oh, Wyoming knows how to play basketball too, by the way. There's Tony Meatballs in the paint, drains it. First points of the game. Let's go. Meow! All right. Okay. Jake's meow is meow. Meow. For Ian's first one.
We have watched the Cowboys win. Now they are on the chopping block. Their blood will flow like the rivers of ancient Babylon.
There will be some very solid L's placed in here. They have really good three-point shooters though. They've shot like 42%. Yeah, this has been some of the names have been changed, Johnny. From what they originally were. You can actually, that's a channel point reward. So make sure if you're following, you get like 250 immediately, and that like instantly gets you a meow, and then I go back with it anyways. Still got more to do. Meow! 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 Oh, is it? Oh, I'm so sorry, Chad. It's too high bitrate. I'm sorry. It should offer a lower res stream, but it doesn't always do that. I'm so sorry. Meow!
Thank you, Tracy.
Oh. It doesn't do it if too many people are streaming. Yeah, everyone's streaming tonight, so.
I hope your neighbors are wondering why a large cat is going crazy in your place.
Well, I think we only have neighbors on one side of us right now, so they're probably still wondering, yes.
Tony Meatballs is my adopted child. It warms my heart to see him break the will of his opponents.
He's got three. Brings it up the floor. Number 52 has it. And eyes open at all times playing with this guy. That's right, and you never know when. McKinney. Yanks it down inside.
All right, Nick. Those were that last one was that? Oh my god. Coach Luke, I have redeemed all the meows. But Nick, oh my god, that was smooth. Look at that quick pass. I will if you bring Phoenix, I will meow more. Just without question. Tony Meatballs serving it back hot. As one might say. That's a spicy meatball. I'm waiting on Kylos. Kylo, welcome in. Glad you're here. Ooh, glad they missed that. Don't appropriate my culture. Well, we have Alfredo Larinaga and Tony Meatballs on the team, so um, they are. Ooh, L- Lau, Lau with the foul. That was pretty ugly. 35 on 35, by the way. Do Italians have culture? Of course they do. There's there's entire culture around their cuisine. There's a culture around their fashion. There's a culture, or they have a very strong culture. Part of it's due to their decisions. Just pass it back. Yeah, shoot, shoot. Okay. Look at that board. Look at how big he is. Chef Boyardee also straight out of Cleveland. He's a proud Ohioan. Chef Boyardee um, spelled his name like that so people would pronounce it correctly, and uh, it was basically it's great. It's great. Italians are good, and I'm not just saying that because I'm fiancé to one, but Italians are good. Oh, look at that! That was a great pass. Okay, this year has been pretty spicy, and I've enjoyed it a lot. So, all right. I assume that means Phoenix is here. Phoenix, press the button. Meow. Meow. Was that a three foul? No, no, no. It was meatballs down low. I thought it came from the outside. Meow. Meow. Gotta Luke. Phoenix gets her first meows free, so I figure she's been following me for a little bit. I'd give her a couple more meows. Zoellner in early, I like it. So, yeah, this team's been pretty good.
Coach Luke is hosting
Oh my
Eddie.
God,
I have both tabs open and the two audios aren't synced. It's very amusing.
that was Zoellner got burned there. He should have been either stopping the entry pass into the post or been between his man and the rim. Oof. Okay, so something really cool that has happened this year has been the fact that since our team is very experienced in in terms of our forwards, they've been very free with the ball. So they've been doing a very good job when it comes to making sure they're passing to the open shooter, and that like one extra pass has been really important. Um, I don't see us struggling against even very good teams because of it. Ooh, Zoellner looking a little ugly early. Kylo, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Have a good night. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I should let Team Abby know that we are doing a stream.
Skips it to the free throw line. Zoellner shoots it. He's off from 14 feet out. Still a 6-point lead.
This has been some very ugly minutes from our sophomore. So we got two really good sophomore forwards. And they are supposed to be the future of this program. We have Zoran Lang, who's pretty experienced as well as a big, but it's really going to happen in the 3 and 4 for us with Maxiell and Zoellner. Zoellner, who was like a top 25 overall world recruit. Not 25 in out of the world recruits, 25 overall recruit. So we're interested in what happens off the bench this year a lot. Love that Phoenix emote. Let me look at that picture. Oh my God. Just so J Stats, aka Johnny. I don't know if you know this, but there's a Discord that, if you do happen to join, has adorable animal pictures among many others. So, um, you get to see Phoenix, the adorable cat, doing very many cute things. That's not your streaming PC, is it, Coach Luke? Please say that's not your streaming PC. Mainly just an animal picture Discord? Oh, it has so many other things. Yeah. Here,
Passes it to the top of the key.
it is? Wow, okay, so that, I was wondering, because every now and then your stream will drop some frames when there's a lot of action. It is not very often, but, and you know, usually the game will do highlights and everything, and it's generally not hard to see what's going on. But every now and then it will drop a frame or two rendering. So I was just making sure. Damn, do you do your documentary work on that? Like, does it have a quadro in it or something? Like, dang. Also, you use light mode. How dare you? You know there's a dark mode for Twitch, right? Oh, you have an actual desktop PC that you built. Good, good, good. How long have I been streaming? I first started streaming a long time ago. So, the first streaming accounts I made were for sites that existed before Twitch TV did. So I've been at the game for a little bit. Ooh, look at that extra pass. Zoellner. Ooh, did you see that? That was so smooth. It's just little plays like that that makes this team just a step ahead. It makes me feel like this team can indeed be elite. Oh yeah, yeah. You don't want to. Well, you have an office. Out here on the West Coast, we have a bedroom and a kitchen and a other room. Luckily, we also have a bathroom, so. Oh yeah, Lag TV. Yeah, so Justin owned 3D, Azubu, Livestream, some of the sites that existed back in the day. So there were Ustream, I believe, was also back then. So, you know, some people are old on the internet. Surprised Lang didn't go for that. I suppose so their big is 7'1", and it's like the only true size advantage they have. I'm surprised that didn't go in. It was a good move by Lang. That's a bright look towards the future, because he made him get up, and then he went for it. Okay. This is about as hopeful as I've ever been about a Western Illinois University basketball team of my own creation. Look at that block. There we go. Oh, you can tell how long someone has been online by the sites they know. Yeah, I didn't start really using the internet until, I mean, I had a Juno account, so I that exists. And I was also in the Gmail beta. Very fancy, I know. Maxiell. Okay, so number 25, Jayson Maxiell, is an absolute stud. I think he can play I think he can play 2 through 4 just fine. I think we can push him to the 1 if we need to. I don't think we will though. A computer and unfettered access to the internet in 2004. So like, you're probably not. Oh my God, free steal, Lovelace. Hell yeah. Back when Facebook was barely not hot or not. Yeah. Lovelace just picked it up at his knees, like, that's not going by me. I love it. Yes. Yes, Ian. Yes. This has been very smooth. This has been a very good display of basketball. I love this. And just so you know, our next game on the schedule is the reigning national champions, USF, who I think are returning 3 players from their roster from last year. So it's going to be tough. I refuse to use Reddit because of how much time on image boards as a kid. Yes. I, yeah.
Quick inbounds the ball.
The internet hate machine has been something familiar to me. Oh my god, they keep getting smooth entry passes. It's tough. I love that both of our guards are 6'3", 6'4". We're making them foul so much. I love it. 5 team fouls, and we're not 12 minutes into the half. That's pretty darn good. So just so you know, Laramie's roster is obviously pretty top heavy, but you know, it's plus or minus. The thing about many teams that are challenged, that are down, is that they will just play their starters too much. So getting into early foul trouble can actually help opposing teams because they'll actually rest their players. An interesting wrinkle to this game is that the most commanding wins in this game actually come from matchups where the opponent isn't just like a completely awful team. They have to be good enough to put up a fight and believe that their starters can actually do something. So it'll generally be like a mid-major with like 2 good players, and you'll just like stomp them 100-60 or something. So it's, yeah. So you can't standing dunk, and if you foul out, it's close. Whack. So it's not foul out, but oh, look at that drive. We love to see it. We're just, oh my god, we bullied them so hard. And then they had a 4-on-3 and just called the timeout. So you can't standing dunk, no. And if you get the opposing team in foul trouble, it can be close, yes. I know it's also probably a symptom of our bigs not knowing how to shoot free throws, but that's okay. Hope everybody here has been having an okay week. We are all experiencing this nonsense, so who's your God, the crowd is vicious in this game.
About 7.5 minutes left in the half. Number 52 catches it left wing. Loud passes it back to the left. That last 11-footer was off by number 52. Bill, that shot left a little to be desired. Well, that was unattractive, Vern.
All right. So we're up 15 already. How has my week been? Okay. It's been okay. We have a 4-deep bench. We play 9 people. We have technically a 10th person not redshirted / so the bench is a couple forwards, a guard, and a center, and then we have the red shirts / the 0 minutes guys. So Tariq McCants actually had 0 minutes. Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah. We have a small forward, a power forward, and then a shooting guard on the bench. Both of our starting guards were originally point guards. So it's pretty good. We're doing all right. Oh my god, look at this. We're not I love it. This is like straight up, what, 1950s basketball? We dribbled maybe twice? What is that? Oh, Low. Great pass. Oh my God. Jesus Shuttlesworth is great. Yeah, we dribbled twice that possession. It was great. Love it.
Feeds it to the top of the key.
Great.
Bounces it to the elbow.
Isn't Steve Kerr just generally a decent human being now? It's like Steve Kerr and who's that other one who's also pretty good? It's like the coach for the um coach for the Spurs. Yeah, Popovich. Yeah. Jeff Van Gundy's also all right. Like the NBA is such a Maxiell is how you say it. Also, they just threw it into his face. Oh my God. Concussion protocol for Bakinde, please. 10 on 10 violence. So yeah, no, I wish that MLB was nearly as cool as the NBA in terms of various things. I have no idea how. I don't know if y'all saw the news today, but the LA Dodgers signed a less than kind human being to be a pitcher for them. But they also have David Price, who's very outspoken about the events of last summer and in general. Okay, so we're going full bench here. So McCants is 34 and he's in, so we're full. Yeah. Like, you would just think, just to make people's lives better amid the current circumstances, you wouldn't do that. Like, the Marlins just didn't even try to reconstruct their roster after losing, was it Jose Fernandez. I wanted to make sure I said his name properly because he was very much loved and the core of a very good core that has produced multiple extremely talented players. And to know that that team basically exploded because of that. It Hechavarria, Ozuna, Yelich, and oh yeah, they also had Giancarlo Stanton, right? Just
Maxiell hopes free, but it's recovered by Western Illinois. Lang backs in. He attacked it with everything he had, but it still wasn't enough.
oh my God, they can barely get out of their half court. What, 7th? 16th foul. Great. They always have such elite talent that they send elsewhere. Yeah. Well, I mean, what I love is that they basically got 2 spite World Series championships. They got one because they were blowing up. They wanted to say, okay, 1 year I'm going to pay these people, and if you don't pay me, I won't pay them. And I'll take our team elsewhere where they'll give me a stadium. And then after that, it was like from the recovery of that, they ended up just with the right players and spent a little bit of money. And they ended up with another World Series. It's stupid and I hate it. Dontrell Willis is one of my favorites though. D-Train was amazing. All-time favorite baseball player. So I was a middle infielder who grew up in the 90s. So I'm not saying it's Derek Jeter, but um, it's sorta Derek Jeter, yeah. Like, just listen. Okay, so I like it. I like him because the defensive metrics still hate him, but he was clearly a great defender. Um, he presented a style of hitting that was around at the time. Yeah, and he's just fucking pure clutch. Like, do you know how many times me and my brother were like, okay, ALCS, it's October, and just, come up with these clutch situations that the Yankees were actually in where the magic happened. It was a hell of a time. Like, just, it was a hell of a time. So one thing I really like about this team is that we almost every single one of our subs are roughly starting caliber. I would not, if I had to present a team with like one or two of these starters from this year and just the rest of them being bench players, I could live with it as long as the rest of the bench was roughly as talented. It's just, you just don't see that most of the time. Foul heavy game. 11 fouls so far in the first half. Also, if you look at our, if you take a look at our band section, look at our sousaphones. Those aren't sousaphones, those are baritones. Our baritones are just spread out. Why are there 4 baritones just spread out? Why are there 2 bass drums and no other drums next to them? I don't get it.
But it's recovered by McCants. Zoellner passes it up court with the shot.
Oh, yeah.
The shot from beyond the arc.
Yeah, like, so
But they're still up.
one of the reasons that people love Jeter is
Gets it right.
the fact that he was clutch. If he was not in situations that would be considered clutch, people would like him less. That's why people, up until A-Rod, took over in 2009, after 2007, people didn't like A-Rod. And then, the 2008 situation happened, and then 2009, he just took over. People were very loud and upset, even outside of the New York media, about A-Rod not being clutch. And yes, it is the biggest team, and they were the best team, and they had the extremely inflated payroll, and then they bought the best pitchers. Right, like, I get all the reasons why it doesn't matter, but, like, there is something to be said about just being consistent. And God, if it wasn't for just his foot, if Jeter's ankle didn't suck so much, like, I think people would respect his defense a lot more. Oh my God, he just goes straight up over him, but Prato, I love you, boy. Let's go. Let's take some pictures of this halftime. We love Butt. 12 for 12 with the free throws. 5 for 7 with the 3. Incredible work here. I know it's weird to see the Pokes lose, but here we go. 5 for 7 from 3, highly discerning. Like we have solid 3-point shooters. Lau and Paulding are both solid. Bakinde less so, but we, we don't. He's not there to do that. Jeter would have been a Daniel Descalso on any other team. You know that's not true. Like,
Inbounds it to start the second half.
it-
Dumps it off.
I just like to assume Coach Luke doesn't get along with the basketball coach at
Maxiell
Wyoming.
pitches it left side.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. Is Shuttlesworth playing? Shuttleworth is a redshirt freshman. We already have 9 starting caliber players. We don't need to start freshmen without much, if any, experience. We're going to need him next year because we're losing 3 or 4 players. 4 players.
Has it on the elbow. Pulls the trigger. The baseline jumper not there by Quick.
Pingu, welcome back. This is your second count, so you follow me on this one too. Hey, I appreciate it. Baseball's coming soon. Marte is going still the Diamondback. I feel so bad about all these like mid-level teams. You know they would likely just go for a free agent and like quote unquote go for it if it wasn't a year after a pandemic. Hey, yeah, I'm glad you like the Steven Universe animation. I figure, you know, if Viacom comes at me, I don't care. Yeah, the doing a stream. Yeah. Ketel Marte is
Got a quick reader, but they need him back on the floor.
really talented. Yeah. It's so here. Let me just. So I don't know if you all know this. Oh, yeah, you still appreciate that. So first off, I want y'all to give a shout out to my fiance and well, first off, shout outs to Coach Luke for bringing people here tonight. I appreciate it. Shout outs to Nick for getting all the equipment we need to make sure we stream in the highest quality possible. It is he's great. I love it. Is 25 Ashton Kutcher? No, he's Jayson Maxiell, and he's very talented. And so about the MLB stuff. I don't know if you all know the site. I really, really only recommend it if you have a ad blocker on. But there is a very cool site called Spotrac that shows all the salaries and stuff for every single team, and they do it for basically every single sport. It's I like it a lot. God, they're paying Bumgarner $14 million. They got was that I forget if that was a salary dump because he's not putting up good numbers.
Dumps it down low. Prato. Dishes it to the wing. Maxiell has it baseline.
Oh God, they waited till he was a free agent. They should have just got him as a dump. Like the Giants would have taken like 8, whatever. Bridgewater, by the way, is one of their best sellers. So we're paying Chris Davis $17 million. No wonder why we suck. Yeah, well, you know.
Wyoming is shooting itself in the foot with all the turnovers.
So 31 is about the time that pitchers start to reinvent themselves. Like when you just no longer have the stuff and you got to do better things. So yeah, Kluber, Kluber is hooked up with the super hyped analytics people who keep producing good pitchers. Um, One of the things I am excited for is the further integration of um, these um, analytic heavy coaches and programs within MLB teams, because while a JUCO athlete or a NCAA D1 person might be able to spend their summers with a uh, one like Driveline or one of these very high tech programs. Um, Oftentimes, international candidates are not. They're still training in less than great conditions with, not optimal stuff. And well, Kluber didn't try to reinvent himself at all. So once his body started breaking down, the fact that he was looking for help is a good choice. And the fact that we have Garrett Cole as our number one means like if he wants the advice, he can get it. We also have CC Sabathia as a special advisor. Hopefully he gets the help. Like the Yankees have the resources to make it happen. Venezuela has been hit hard in baseball in the last couple of years. Yeah, like I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I really hope that my league players get paid more. Um, Also, the Ian, that is a good quote. Do we have an Ian quote already?
His mid-range game is generally solid. He can't believe it, and I can't believe it. Hopes free, but it's retrieved by
Commands at Ian. You already got a second one. Rip Vuvuzela. No, it's cool. I was just making sure there's a second one in there.
But they still lead by 32.
God, they're paying Vote. They have Carson Kelly. Carson Kelly's solid.
He's got two.
It's just it's tough to see to see like very talented teams just disintegrate once players start hitting, ARB 2. It's like, oh, you hit ARB 2? Would you like to sign a cheap extension? Would you like to get traded to a team that's contending? Or would you like to just wait a couple of years and then we will give you a qualifying offer and then you're just basically stuck there again? It's like, it's so tough. It's such a bad labor market. That's what really kills me about baseball.
He gets them both.
Oh yeah, David Peralta is a great story. Who's he playing for?
The three-point shot was offline by Prato, but they're still out in front by 20.
I'm searching.
McKinney.
Labor market is the worst part of baseball for sure. Oh yeah, he's on the D-backs. Man, fucking good shit.
66% from downtown. Zoellner.
It would be better if the U.S. didn't conduct economic warfare against Venezuela, but
Maxiell lobs it to the right.
Lang, down low. So they have one player that's, I think, 6'11" or taller. And so when we put our 7-foot guy in there, we go right the fuck over him. It's great. Yeah, no, I love baseball. It's interesting. The business of baseball is good. I'm glad that you're enjoying it, Henry.
Maxiell takes it up.
Yes, the kicker is that I think we still do in fact have a official Canada is greater than USA. I mean, like, the fact that so I think it would be hilarious if we opened up our drug market to Canada, but they just charge the same prices that the US people already do, or like, 10% less, so they're undercutting US manufacturers. That would be some hilarious shit. Also, I like how in control of this game we are, so that we're just completely fucking off into baseball talk. Next game is going to be real different. Canada's GDP #1. Nah, that's China. They have a middle class, a functional middle class with a billion people, and they're still doing empirical stuff. They're going to be fine. But could the Canadian suppliers keep up with the American demand? I don't know. We love our drugs. What do I think about the MILB shakeup this year? You don't know about the intricacies, but you're just glad your hometown team is staying? Yeah. So, the fact that the fact that the minor leagues are going to be more officially like routed is both good and bad, because oftentimes what would happen is it doesn't matter how if you were a player who was going to be possibly called up, it didn't matter what grade of ball the closest team was to the MLB club, that is the grade you'd be playing. So there were times when there were straight up AAA players, and what is often termed quadruple A players, players who have rookie contracts so they can be sent up and down, and they're on their option year, um, so they can be sent up and down at any time. And is it called option? I think it's called option. Um, they can be sent up and down at any point in time, and it doesn't matter where they go. So they just stuff them where they can get them back the closest. So oftentimes these players would be like, yeah, let me pitch 3 innings in long relief in a game that's blown out. And then they immediately go back to like a best Western. It would just be awful. Some contracts have a set number of options. Yeah, so you only have a certain number of years where you can exercise those options. Um, so players, so I think it would be important to have like pitchers. If you're up, you have to be up for like 2 straight weeks. So a roster spot means something. You can't just ba- baseball's fucking indentured servitude makes me cry. Yeah, especially minor leagues. It's hell. That's why that's why if you haven't listened to it yet, there are many episodes of the R2C2 podcast where they will speak to people who are grinders, who have been or in up and down multiple ranks of baseball, and the people who have like contracts of more of like even just a solid rookie contract, just getting 500K no matter what, you are instantly living a magnitude of life significantly greater than anyone else there around. Unless they already have a wife and kids, they can like easily spend so much more money just on the team, making sure they don't have to eat, Costco pizzas to survive. And like that's a real thing that happens, where these players will just like, yep, we don't really have enough money, and it's not like the team's paying for our nutrition, so I guess we're just going to Little Caesars. They're AA teams that get hot and readies. It's just oof. Oh yeah, it's pointless for athletes that are good at multiple sports to consider professional baseball. Yeah, there's a reason why. So the Durham Bulls, the AA, I believe, or AAA team for the Chicago White Sox, that had Jordan, the AAA team for the Chicago White Sox that Michael Jordan played for. They used that um, very, very nice tour bus for I think a decade and a half, and it's just ridiculous.
We'll make some substitutions.
Yeah. So
McCants inbounds the
if
ball.
you
Here comes
if
the
you
double
want to
team.
look at it, Mitch, it's pretty simple. If you're in the wings but not quite a professional, um,
Dennehy.
oh yeah, it wasn't the Durham Bulls. It was
Minifield bounces it to the wing.
I thought it was the Durham Bulls.
Hauled in by Worthington.
I might be losing it. Sorry.
Misses the layup.
Um,
Credit to D there. They reacted quickly enough to throw him off.
Left wing. Shoots. The long ball hit by Prato. They're in front.
why did I say Durham? Man, I am losing it.
With some abysmal
Apologies.
stats. Well, let's get back to the action.
Durham is with the Rays. Yeah. Anywho, yeah, if you're in the wings and you're ready to be promoted to
Here's the spin move.
a professional roster
Quick fake.
for the NFL,
Lang pulls it
you will be
in.
on the
Wyoming
practice
is having
squad.
big problems from beyond the arc.
The practice squad has a
I think
minimum
Tracy has
salary.
something for us on that. Tracy?
For baseball, you don't. You could be on the 40-man roster and not make, basically not make anything. That's real tough. We're just going to read this real quick.
Right block. Stolen away by Zoellner. It's one-on-one. Goes up. It was drained by Prato. He's got 12. Quick inbounds the ball. The Cowboys will try to end this run. Dennehy dumps it off. Dennehy. Catches it. High post. Quick kicks it out to the left wing.
Yeah, NFL practice.
Can't
Yeah,
get the three-pointer to fall.
He'll want another shot with that much space. He knows he can make it.
Inside. The layup
500
missed
mil
by
over his
Zoellner.
career. Yeah, so that is a thing about the NFL. The NFL, I believe,
Blackett.
makes.
Pass
Oh yeah, that would
to
be
the
extremely
perimeter.
American to do, to pay both teachers and amateur and
He might have been thrown
they're
off
professional
balance.
baseball
I don't think he
players.
does.
They're professional baseball players on professional baseball contracts.
Zoellner has it. High
Once you
post.
get drafted
Feeds left wing. Maxiell takes a three.
by a professional baseball
Lang
team,
yanks
they should
down
be
the
very
offensive
serious about keeping
Last
you.
layup, no good. The Cowboys with some difficulties.
Yeah,
That's the
like
great thing about having
it's
such
just
a big
so
lead.
much.
If you miss a
It's so
shot
much
here or
more
there, you just
tumultuous.
shake it off and move on.
It's just it's very scary.
Shooting 2.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when the market is full of people who would love to do it. You can basically go to any city in America and say, bring me 10 people who'd like to play basketball. Like, there's a Y everywhere. In there, there's almost always a gym. And they're ready to play ball. That's why I think it would be very good for people to provide better support of their local athletics. I think we should. One of the greatest, some of the greatest fan experiences I've had have been at minor league athletic games. You can't like specifically heckle Madison Bumgarner in Arizona because you're 200 feet away and it costs $500 for that seat.
The Cowboys have got a
I
lot
was
of
20
ground to
feet
make up.
away from Clint Frazier and the seat cost 20 bucks. He is going to likely be the starting left fielder for the New York Yankees.
Swings it to the left wing.
And I wasn't heckling him.
No good by Bridgewater.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Going to ML...
Passes outright.
Major League
Backs him down.
Major League Baseball really needs to. That's the thing that just gets me. The professional experience should be extremely entertaining for fans. You should encourage people to want to go there because they're the biggest and best athletes. So going to what is it? If you indeed have ooh, good work, Zoran. Why would you pay for an experience that's better at home? Yeah, it turns out that the pretzels that you spend $5 for, and then you know, an additional dollar for crappy cheese that came out of a can. Sorry, cheese product that came out of a can. That costs literally 50 cents at a grocery store. And I can make better nacho cheese. I put it in the chat already, or I put it in the Laramie City Lights Discord already, I hope. Cooking, yeah, yeah, it's in there. There we go. So, the fact that literally just bread costs 10 times what it should, bread and beer should not cost so much. If we're going to publicly finance professional athletics, we should make sure that it is indeed accessible.
He's 1 for 2 for the game. Prato
So, that's, yeah.
dishes to the wing.
Just being at a Steelers-Ravens game, that can be intense. Oh, yeah.
McKinney. Bridgewater hands it off.
Cheap food, free refills, pricey ticks. Like, that is a way to go about it.
To the stripe. Beats it to the left. McKinney races up. Makes it for 19.
By the way, we got
Prato grabs the offensive rebound.
Oh yeah, I can understand that. I mean, it's just, I think it should be basically a crime to have empty seats at a stadium. If you have empty seats at a stadium, you have fucked up. Especially if the team's anywhere close to decent. Like, if you have any chance of getting even a wild card spot, like, I can get right now the Orioles having absolutely no one. Oh, three rows from the field. Oh, that sounds great. Yeah. Well, it's the fact that they made all their money already. So they make the money from the property. They make the money from just getting a few. You don't need a lot of people. You need enough people just to keep the show going. So, like when we have when quarantine's over and when we get a couple jabs in us, I'm not sure. It would be nice to go to a Sharks game, but I actually am a little bit more interested in going to a Barracudas game, watching their AHL team play.
Both teams are making a few lineup changes. Quick inbounds the ball. 2:34 left in the game. Worthington takes the shot. Oh, nailed shot by Quick. He's got 14. Minutes remaining. McCants passes it far side. Leads him with the
So I was just told that, oh God, Nick doesn't watch, just doesn't want to watch second-rate scrubs playing hockey.
Worthington.
I love it. Oh yeah.
Top of the key. Quick. Catches it inside.
Special Browning good at day games at the D-backs. I love it. Could you imagine being in Macomb, like in either Ricky or my universe? I suppose, does Coach Luke, are you still here? Because I want to, you're still on the original stadium, right? The original Wyoming stadium? But for 3, nope. That's okay. Worthington has 8, not 9 rebounds, but okay. Yeah, so we need to make that illegal. IMO. Macomb would be lit as fuck. Could you imagine 6,000 people pouring into this tiny little stadium? It would be great.
Prato with the shot.
Sam's Deli, right?
Zoellner muscles in and snags the offensive rebound. Gets it right side.
Hi, we need table 75 for the blog team. Yo, I do want to meet up with y'all at some point. It would just be fun.
Off the mark from the land.
Everybody wants to get free of this pandemic and meet other human beings again. It'd be very fun to hang out with y'all.
The Leathernecks blow out Wyoming 105 to 73. And now it's time to show you our
Tony
player of the
Meatballs.
game. Now let's go to Greg Gumbel back in the
Oh,
studio.
we would need to watch it, but also have a group chat up at the same time, so we could be like posting stats and shit. I think a B-dubs would be, ooh.
The Western Illinois Leathernecks never lost track of their game plan in this contest. This shot started them off on a long run.
Good feed.
Never recovered.
Thank you, Greg. This is Vern Lundquist for Tracy Wolfson and Bill Raftery. We hope you enjoyed this presentation of college hoops on 2K Sports.
Let's look at the stats while I put both of these. Lang. We're going to do one more game, by the way. One more game against USF, and it's going to be a much different vibe. It's going to be way more intense. So did we shoot 40% still? We had a couple pretty bad misses. It's very impressive. Oh no. Oh shucks. There we go. Bakinde 3 points. Love it. 6 turnovers the entire time. So Tariq McCants is probably never going to start for us. Just so y'all know, we have better So he's a freshman power forward, and Zoellner and Maxiell are just better and in basically the same year. So, but yeah, look at this inverted minutes on our team. And yeah, they still wore out their best guys. See, they were able to rest their starters because they got into foul trouble. Love it. It's